Hi, I'm Daniel Bezte. I'm the weather columnist at Glacier Farm Media. Precipitation levels across the agricultural prairies this last winter were above average across north central Alberta, across northern Saskatchewan, near to below average across southern Alberta, southern Saskatchewan, and below to well below average across agricultural Manitoba. Precipitation forecasts are tough beyond 2 weeks, but they're calling for the next 2 weeks across southern Manitoba to see above average precipitation. And with still a heavy snowpack in, and we're getting late into April now, we'll see probably rapid melt, which could lead to a higher risk of flooding. So the change in the flood forecast due to this last clipper system that came in deals mostly because most of the snow fell in the same region across Saskatchewan and then into the northern part of agricultural Manitoba, where there was higher precipitation levels this year. Why do we see Alberta clippers and Colorado lows form? It has to do with the geography of North America. With the air coming in off the Pacific, it gets squeezed between top of the atmosphere and the mountains, and it actually gets quite complicated. I've written some stories about it in the past, but that causes, when it comes down off the mountains, it causes a rotation to develop in it, and it helps to spin up these lows. And then once these lows spin up, if they can tap into some moisture, then we see these lows developing and coming stronger. And for us across southern Manitoba in particular, Alberta clippers tend to develop in Alberta and dive southeast, whereas the Colorado lows develop and come northeast. So they're always aimed at Manitoba. So we tend to see more precipitation because of that. Well, the likelihood of more Alberta clippers, we've seen quite a few. They seem to be coming every 7 days for at least the last month, and that main pattern hasn't changed. And an Alberta clipper, Colorado low, they're basically the same system. One forms in Alberta, one forms in the US. Right now, it looks like we'll be shifting more towards Colorado lows developing, and the weather models are showing at least a chance for 2 systems, one this Sunday, one later in the week, and then one about a week after that. So there's lots of chances for precipitation. Is there a seasonality to clippers? Yes and no. We can see them develop at any time of the year, but they are a higher likelihood in the winter and the 2 shoulder seasons, just because we have the cold air sagging south. So the main area of storms sags south, whereas in the summer that pushes north, and then we don't see as many clippers, but they can still form. So what do I use to gather my information? The internet is amazing, because back when I was in university, it was a tough thing. You had to have contacts to get all this. So now there's numerous websites that have, there's 3 main models that we look at. There's the Canadian model, which is CanSIP's model. There's the CFS model that comes out of the US. And then there's the European model. So you kind of look at each model. All that information is available online. And you kind of have to live it and look at it every day and decide which model's doing the best, and then make your choices from there.